So, you want some Clionadh recommendations. Today I'm going to be talking about 12 of my favorite Clionadh shadows, and then at the end of the video I'm going to go over the 2 new quads they're launching. Also, hi, my name is Nupur, I love indie makeup and all things color and sparkle. Also, this is my first YouTube video, so welcome to my channel. So I am cheating a little bit because these are all somewhat newer shadows from Clionadh, meaning that they are from March 2024 onwards when Clionadh did their holiday expansion. But I do also have a lot of older favorites, so just let me know if you want to see those and I can make another video. Here are all 12 of them up close, so they are all for my preference and there will be some similarities between them, but I'll be going through all of these and talking about shifts, texture, and any notable details. The main reason I wanted to make this video now is because Clionadh is having a sale that starts today, so I just wanted to do a little roundup of my favorites before then. I am an affiliate with the brand, so you can use my code NUPUR to save. I'll put it up on the screen somewhere here. But I do want to mention that I am biased when it comes to this brand because I have received all 12 of the shades that I'm going to talk about today in PR along with the 2 quads. That being said, I truly do love Clionadh and I wouldn't be cheating and doing 12 favorites of just the new shades if I didn't really love the brand. So without further ado, let's get into the shades. The first shade I want to talk about is Vault. This multichrome has a sheer brown base and it shifts primarily from green to pink, but it also has specks of blue and purple throughout. It has a small particle size. What makes the shadow special is that it has a slightly dimensional quality to it, even though it's not part of their dimensional line. I actually thought it was going to be really similar to carving when I first got it, but I like this better than carving. I think that it's more impactful and that slight dimensional quality to it makes it really special. Next is the shade Alloy. This is part of their dimensional light line. This shadow has a soft taupe base with tons of multicolored sparkles in it. I see green, orange, blue, silver, red, even a slight gold shift. What I really love about the dimensional lights is that they look so almost explosive on the eyes. They really live up to their name, and I like the light ones because they have a very sheer base. They're more versatile, you know? And this one, it looks almost holographic on the eyes, even though it's not, but it just has so many different colored particles that it looks near holographic. Next up is the shade Masonry. This is part of their Earth Vibrant line. This one has a medium gray base and it shifts pink, lime, and aqua, but there's also this silvery quality to it all throughout. This one is a spicy neutral, credit to Seeking Shifts, and actually a lot of these are spicy neutrals, but this is one that I like to wear when I want to go cool tone, but I don't want to really commit to it, if it makes sense, because there's a slight hint of warmth to it with that pink and lime green shift. This is the shade Amalgam. It's part of the dimensional light line. This one has a sheer, almost rosy brown base with particles that shift minty green, silvery blue, and lavender, but there are also silvery and pink sparkles. It has a medium-large particle size. This one is almost as if Alloy and Masonry had a baby, but not really. What I mean to say is it takes the multi-dimensional qualities of Alloy and puts it with the coolness of Masonry to give you this icy minty sparkle that I really like to wear with cool brown mattes. Next we have Line of Queens. This is part of the Glitter Vibrant line. This one has a cool purple base that shifts bright peach, yellow, lime, and aqua. It has a medium particle size. This eyeshadow is probably in my top 5 multichromes from Clionadh of all time. And it's because it combines some of my favorite things about eyeshadow. It combines warm and cool tones, it has a dimensional finish, and the specific color combo is one of my favorites. I also really love that it's quite smooth and not too textured, so it gives you a beautiful refined finish in the eyes, and it somehow still maintains a dimensional quality, which I don't understand. It kind of breaks my brain because usually to get that dimensional finish, you need a larger particle size, but the shadow is smooth somehow, and it kind of blows my mind. This is Archway. It's part of the Earth Vibrant line. This one has a smoky plum base and it shifts from peach to pale yellow with some really tiny pink sparkles. It has a small particle size. So this one is actually the eyeshadow version of their nail polish in Dark and Stormy, and it should come as no surprise that I like this because I love that nail polish. And also, to me, this is kind of like a cousin of Line of Queens. So this is Archway and this is Line of Queens. Both of them share a purple base, but this one is a lot darker, and they both have like a warm shift over them, but this one is more dimensional. So they're not exactly the same, but they give off a similar feel, and that's why I like them both. This is the shade Goblet. It's an electric multichrome. This one has a coral base that shifts bright gold, lime, and aqua. It has a small particle size. I really love this one because it's a gold that I can get behind. I am a little picky about my golds, and what I mean by that is that I don't really like the more neutral, washed out, desaturated golds. I want my golds to be rich and brassy and beautiful. And that's what this shadow gives me, because it has that like rich base and then it has this vibrant yellow gold shift over it, which I really love. This is the shade Exothermic. It's a dimensional light multichrome. This one has a very sheer tan base with particles that shift pink, peach, and chartreuse. And there are also glitter particles that shift silver and aqua. So something I need to note about this one is that it is quite textured and a very large particle size for Clionadh and a little loosely pressed in the pan. You definitely want to use a glitter glue with this one, and it's a bit finicky to apply, but it is so worth it because this shadow is one of the spiciest neutrals, and it is somehow so wearable, but still so special at the same time. And you can pair it with a variety of mattes because the base is so sheer that you can manipulate it in any way you want, really. This is Orchard, and it's an Earth Vibrant Multichrome. This one has a rich forest green base and shifts pink, orange, yellow, and lime green. It has a small particle size. I feel like this one really lives up to the Earth Vibrant name because it's got these beautiful, rich colors, and it still is earthy. I feel like a forest nymph when I wear it. This is the shade Baroness, and it's a glitter vibrant. This one has a vibrant salmon pink base with particles that shift pink, peach, and yellow. I also see some minuscule purple sparkles. What can I say? I'm a sucker for a pink multichrome, and as basic as this one seems, it's actually quite unique in Clionadh's lineup. I have several of their pink multichromes, and nothing is quite as vibrant as this one. I do want to note that there is some texture to this shadow, but it smooths out beautifully. This is Entropy, and it's a dimensional light. This one has a sheer pale gray base with particles that shift pink, peach, and yellow with hints of green and silver sparkle. It has a large particle size. This one makes me so happy, and I feel like no one talks about it. Personally, I feel like the swatches don't do it justice, but it is one of my new favorites. And it's actually what I have on my eyes right now. It has so many of my favorite colors paired together in it. The purple and pink together is just a winning combo in my book, and the texture and the multi-dimensional nature of it makes it look so ethereal and beautiful on the eyes. It's perfect. It does have a texture finish, so I definitely recommend using glitter glue with this one. Here's Entropy and here's Baroness. You can see that Baroness is a lot more pink and Entropy is a lot more purple overall. This is the shade Dynasty, and it's a glitter vibrant. This one has a rich indigo base and it shifts purple, pink, orange, and yellow with blue sparkles all throughout. It has a small particle size. This is another one that I feel like no one talks about, and my theory for this one is that I think it's maybe less popular because it has a darker base, and I know most people prefer lighter bases in their eyeshadows, but the plus side to this one is it has a dimensional finish, but it's very smooth and it has a small particle size. Alrighty, that's all of them. Now we can finally talk about the quads. So these are two new quads that Clionadh is releasing. They're called Garland and Garden. They were originally supposed to launch in December, but they got postponed due to the Canada Post strike, so they're releasing now. I don't think that they have individual names. I've just heard Clionadh calling them the green one and the red one. I want to note that the pan size in this quad is not the same as their regular single pan size. It's a smaller square pan that's the same size as the pans in the Light Scatters palette. There are 2 mattes and 2 shimmers in each quad. The matte formula reminds me of the one in the Paleo, Archer, and Oceano palettes. They are very soft and have quite a bit of kick up. They're very powdery, but they're super pigmented and really easy to blend. As far as the shimmers go, they're all the usual good Clionadh formula. All of them have a smooth finish and a small particle size. There's actually only one shifty shade between both of the quads, and that's this one up here called Pinecone, and even then it's not as shifty as some of their single shadows. And then these two in between are just regular sparkly shimmers. There's no shifts or anything to them, but they are quite sparkly. And then this one down here is a true red metallic. I also have swatches of the quads and the singles and many more Clionadh shades over on Instagram if you want to check out some still photos. One last thing before I sign off, in case you're wondering what's on my nails, it's the Clionadh nail polish in the shade Hot Toddy. So you know how I was saying I'm picky about my golds and I want them to be very yellow and vibrant? That's definitely this polish. It's so shimmery and vibrant, and I've never really liked yellow nail polish on myself until I tried this polish. I actually have several Clionadh nail polishes now, so let me know if you would like a video on those. And that's it for this video. If you found it helpful, I would really appreciate it if you give it a like and use my code during the sale and just in general. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to see more content. Bye! I hope you can hear this. I'm trying to record my first YouTube video ever, and the ice cream man is here. And I kind of want some ice cream.